Meghan Markle is preparing for her first Kardashian-style reality TV show despite Hollywood brutally turning on her.
Here she is as they open up her hotel room in CSI New York. Harry must love that one.
That moment when everything just freezes and it feels like the whole world is watching and waiting to see what you'll do next. It hits out of nowhere, and suddenly even a tiny choice feels huge.
Hollywood executives saying, hell no.
Picture this. You walk onto the set, not as a duchess, not as a headline, just as yourself. A woman going back to something you loved, a craft that once felt like home, and maybe still does.
She's accepted now that she needs the money and that her career is absolutely in the toilet.
Now imagine that safe little home shaking under you, because that's exactly what happened when Meghan Markle stepped back into acting. Her return was quiet, planned, and tiny, just 30 seconds on screen, but boom, it exploded into chaos. Nobody could have written.
I'm so confused. The truth is that Meghan is a serial failure. Everything she touches turns to mud, which is why she has gone back to acting.
There was no royal fanfare, no big build-up, just a tiny cameo in a sweet, charming movie with amazing actors, a little spark of creativity, a quiet nod to a chapter from the past.
She is going to be playing herself.
But who is Meghan Markle? Because we don't know who the real Meghan Markle is. Prince Harry doesn't know who the real Meghan Markle is.
Meghan Markle was just one of the working girls for Soho House. Call girl, working girl, escort, whatever you want to call it. That's what she was.
I think this is the perfect role for Meghan Markle.
What should have been a harmless little moment turned anything but simple. Whispers became chatter, chatter became headlines, and that playful tiny cameo got erased, deleted after test audiences freaked out. So suddenly, the story wasn't about the scene she filmed, but the one people decided she couldn't have, and that tiny 30-second cameo wiped away sparked a huge question. What does Hollywood really think of Meghan Markle? And trust me, the answer tells way more than the scene ever could.
It's a screenplay built around two couples, one famous and one not. And it's my understanding that Meghan is playing a version of herself.
Meghan walked onto the set and the usual calm vibe shifted just a bit. Not dramatic, but cautious. The cast was polite, smiled, and introduced themselves. But you could feel the distance, everyone pausing to see what she'd do next.
Director Jason Orley will be living under a desk for the rest of his life. He'll just have to hear Meghan's voice going, "My husband!" and he'll just completely freak out.
Meghan came in, thoughtful, offering ideas, explaining why her cameo mattered for the story. For most actors, that's normal. But here playing herself, it surprised people. Some crew whispered. Some cast avoided eye contact. Everyone stayed in their lane, careful not to stir anything. It wasn't tension or hate, just restraint. A room of pros, handling it diplomatically. And when filming ended, it felt unfinished. No posts, no shout-outs, not even a simple thanks. That quiet spoke louder than any words on set.
She's gonna be playing an entitled, spoiled ex-duchess who shanked her in-laws and ran away from the royal family. That would be true. That would be a really true and accurate portrayal, Meghan.
Test screenings are usually quiet small rooms, dim lights, people taking notes casually. But when Meghan's cameo showed up with friends watching something strange happened. Not anger, not applause, just a real disconnect. The second she appeared, the vibe changed. Viewers didn't question the story, just her presence. Feedback cards were blunt. Why is she here feels distracting, breaks the mood, small words with big weight in a room where every reaction is tracked. Execs saw the numbers. Dips in attention, shifts in emotion, engagement dropped all from that one moment. It wasn't personal. The stats just didn't support keeping the cameo.
Why not make money showing the downfall of your relationship, your marriage? You are now not very much together. It's great to show Harry and how he is so not happy at the moment.
And Hollywood studios rarely panic, they adjust. But this time, the change was fast. Before the next screening even started, the decision was made. The cameo wasn't helping the story. It was overshadowing it in Hollywood. Anything that slows momentum is a risk. The real chaos didn't come from the screening. It came when the studio acted. Cutting Meghan's cameo wasn't an edit. It was surgical, quick, precise, usually for big plot fixes. Not 30-second walk-ons. Execs didn't call a meeting. They saw the numbers, raised eyebrows, and someone said, "Yeah, we're not keeping that." It was instinct, like spotting the wobble in a Jenga tower and picking the block to remove. And the kicker, the studio figured it was safer to annoy Meghan's PR than upset the audience.
The only reason why Netflix has stayed in the game with Harry and Meghan is because they are anticipating that the couple will divorce, and Netflix want to be close to Meghan so they can have the exclusive and they can have Meghan My Story, which will be a 10-part awful documentary about her and her terrible life being married to
Imagine being seen as more dangerous than a bad trailer, a weak subplot, or cheesy CGI. That's not about a cameo. That's a brand crisis. And the real kicker, execs knew exactly what would happen if it stayed headlines, commentary, internet chaos that could tank a whole marketing plan. They'd seen that movie before, no sequel for them. So the cameo disappeared, clean cut, no fuss, no ceremony, just gone. And somehow that deletion made more noise than the cameo ever could. But the loudest reaction wasn't the studio. It was Hollywood itself in total silence.
See, there I am. It's all about me and my joy because I swear I'm authentic. I'm a Californian. I love the Dodgers just like normal people, even though I'm firing or at least losing my 10th publicist right now, literally days earlier in the news because I bully it.
If Hollywood loves one thing, it's pretending everyone is best friends. A 5. Second cameo means selfies. Walk by shots. Heart emojis on every post. Even a dog sneeze gets a story. But after Meghan's cameo, nothing. Not a whisper. Not a blurry IG story. Not even a pity. Like the blackout was instant, not subtle, arctic, and in a town where actors tag each other for just breathing in the same hallway. The silence around Meghan screamed louder than any scandal. It wasn't forgetfulness. It was like suddenly everyone's phones needed charging.
Let's go through some of the best of Meghan Markle's non-Suits acting.
Even the Suits cast, who usually gush like a group chat with unlimited data, stayed quiet, the only exception. Wendell Pierce, who gave a polite, supportive comment, and, while nice, it made the silence around him even louder. One voice feels like a spotlight when the room behind it is pitch black. And here's the roast. Hollywood will praise a toaster if it boosts engagement. So when everyone goes mute, it means one thing: they don't want the smoke. And that silence didn't just speak, it echoed. The cameo was tiny, but the distance from the industry was huge.
She never misses an opportunity to make it about herself.
Let's be real. Meghan's acting return didn't just happen. It had the vibe of someone flipping through a list called career options. I haven't tried this year circling one and saying, sure, why not? And Hollywood noticed, not for the comeback, but because the timing screamed strategic emergency. Remember? She told Variety she was done with acting. That chapter supposedly closed. Yet suddenly she's back in the spotlight, like it owed her rent. Insiders raised eyebrows, not judging, just noticing a pattern. Brand deals, fizzled projects, stalled podcasts, vanished faster than free champagne at awards and lifestyle ventures. Well, let's just say they did like Wi-Fi in a basement. So when this cameo showed up, people asked, why now? Some blamed money pressure. Others whispered, fading relevance. And a few noticed a trend.
She's got such a big ego, she probably thinks she can be James Bond. Didn't you know I'm not Meghan Markle anymore? I'm James Bond.
Wow.
I'm actually Jane Bond, James's braver sister.
Woof.
The movie that she's going to be appearing in, Close Personal Friends, which I guarantee is an immediate 1-star flop.
Major Sussex headlines dropped at perfect royal milestone timing, almost like a silent fight for attention. Nothing confirmed, but Hollywood runs on patterns. And this one set off alarms, like a car door left open. And then there's Harry dragged along, like the +1 to every twist, looking like a man wanting peace, while standing next to someone chasing the spotlight. The comeback wasn't random, it was a signal. Just not the one she hoped Hollywood would hear. Harry didn't sign up for this. He traded palaces for calm tabloids, for therapy, royal formality for California air. But instead of quiet reinvention, he's stuck on a non-stop PR roller coaster. No seatbelt, no break, and the cameo chaos made it worse. People said he looked drained, like hearing just one more big opportunity, only to see it show up in clown shoes. Every new project promises stability and a fresh start, but somehow just brings another round of commentary he never wanted.
Well, Meghan, he didn't know that that was going to be released worldwide. He thought thought he was in his.
That's true.
He thought he was in his own home, just with his kooky wife and her friend, and he didn't have any reason to behave. He must be so pissed right now. Wait, you released that? I had a chance to get up and hug you and go, wow, yeah. But I didn't know we're going to use our home security footage as TikTok.
Meanwhile, Meghan moves on. A whole different wavelength. She pushes forward. He braces. She wants momentum. He wants a nap. It's like two people running the same race on different tracks every time a project fails or a headline blows up. The gap between their goals grows harder to ignore. Hollywood insiders noticed too. One exec said, Harry looks like a man dragged into rooms. He didn't choose, it wasn't shade, just observation. He's tired of the circus, but still trying to stand by his partner, even when the spotlight burns hotter than expected. The cameo deletion didn't just hit Meghan's brand. It shook the whole Sussex world. And the next hit came from Hollywood's quiet verdict. Hollywood may look glamorous, but behind the curtain, there's a spreadsheet, scarier than bad box office. The risk list, not official, not public, but every exec knows. It tracks who can boost a project and who might torch the marketing budget. And guess whose name started creeping toward proceed with caution? Yep, Meghan's. It wasn't the cameo itself. Hollywood doesn't blacklist a walk-on. What shook them was the pattern. Rapid headlines, polarized reactions, fan wars, unpredictable, press cycles, studios.
He looked like a hostage there. You really kind of wanted to have King Charles send in the equivalent of the Navy SEALs into Montecito to go rescue.
Directed by Jason Orley, who is going to need therapy after working with Meghan Markle. So he's a brave man. And by the way, that's his career over, directing Meghan Markle, just like she's destroyed the career of the 80 people that work on With Love Meghan, the Netflix show that was watched by...
About one thing, chaos. And chaos isn't drama, it's cost. PR cost, reputation cost, brand cost. Imagine being a studio head asking, do we want our rom-com trending for love or royal gossip? That's what scorched Meghan. Not the acting, not the cameo, the unpredictability, directors whispered. Producers, strategized agents, avoided eye contact whenever Meghan's name came up. No one wanted to risk the internet exploding over a harmless cameo. It wasn't personal. Hollywood rarely is, it was practical in an industry obsessed with control. The biggest fear is someone who brings a storyline they can't manage, and Meghan became exactly that. Her tiny cameo sparked hesitation, deleted scenes, and careful distancing. Hollywood didn't just close a door, it double-locked. It slid the chain across and pretended no one was home, showing how studios fear the unpredictable storm her name brings. The ripple reached Harry too, him wanting calm, her pushing momentum, like two people running the same race on different tracks. Every project and headline widened the gap. The cameo wasn't random. It was a signal revealing how unpredictability can scorch chances more than acting. Or the cameo itself. Execs track patterns, rapid headlines, polarized reactions, fan wars. Every ripple counts. Chaos, costs, PR reputation brand. So they acted fast. Safer to upset Meghan's PR than the audience. Even, the cast stayed quiet. Selfies, posts, heart emojis. Disappeared execs and agents. All cautious. One voice from Wendell Pierce highlighted the Arctic silence, showing just how loud restraint can be. A single 30-second scene, revealing the weight of unpredictability in Hollywood, and how a small action can expose bigger truths about influence, power, and perception. And if you missed my previous video, it dives into an even sharper twist, with Harry reacting to old, unverified claims about Meghan's early social circles, yacht days, and Andrew connections. The breakdown adds context and connects to everything happening now, so check it out before moving on. Check out the full breakdown on Bella Breaks Down for all the inside details on Meghan's cameo, Hollywood's reaction, and the Sussex ripple effect. You don't want to miss this one.